What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play the Knife of Dunwall. So we're going to go traverse the rest of the legal district here before we move on to the barrister's mansion. Pick up a few bone charms and get some more intel on what we're up against here. So the apartments alongside the legal district here have some traps set up in them, like this one that has a tripwire attached to a projectile launcher which has grenades in it of all things. So literally they're going to chuck grenades at the door if anything tries to climb up there. It's pretty extreme, don't you think? But we're able to get past it. There's one on each side. So, free grenade for us. There are some guys patrolling down here. I'm going to want to get rid of them. I'll just knock them out for now. There's plenty more guys inside this building to my right here. So, I will probably end up incidentally luring them out, and I might start a fight with them. At least I get to demonstrate some proper sword fighting, which I've not really got a chance to do in this game yet. Because being the fact that I played the main campaign with no kills, I couldn't really demonstrate a proper sword fight. Now, Corvo's sword had a more unique, has some unique elements to it that Dowd's assassin dagger does not have. But it's all the same, really. Basically, there were some upgrades available for Corvo's sword that were not available. Another example of the shadow kill, they're getting rid of that body. Ah, great. They're going to be chasing those rats out here. Time to go hide. I believe there is a rune or a bone charm in this room over here, as well as some very interesting notes. If I can find the balcony I'm looking for. There it is. It's right beneath me. Yeah, it can't get more obvious than the ominous purple lights. Looks like some kind of fanatic lived in here and they wrote a bunch of stuff down. And there's a really fascinating book there about somebody who tried to visit one of the isles or something like that and their journeys. I think it had something to do with Sokolov, I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of fascinating stuff that you can take in by reading all the notes in the environment. Alright, there's another collectible I want to get over this way. Normally there's no other reason to go over here. This is just the corner of the map, essentially. But if you come down this chain right here into the water beneath us, and this is a huge, huge wall here. I wonder if the water ever rises past these stairs here. I believe there's a rune in this room somewhere. Yes, there we go. Alright, let's see if we can unlock anything else. I'm going to go ahead and apply the other bone charms I have here. I upgraded the bone charms at the beginning of the first mission there, so we can equip 4 of them now. But admittedly, I don't have the one I really want yet. There's some good ones we'll be getting later on. They all have passive abilities, very similar to the gear in BioShock Infinite. Whereas the active abilities are what we can upgrade with the runes. Now, I feel like much like those gear, they can really add some nice abilities, but nothing that's absolutely critical, and just with how random they are, you can't depend on any of them, really, so...
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin, is still missing.
It's stuff that's not essential, but it is nice to have, like being able to walk faster while crouching is one I have right now, I believe. Which is going to help sneaking around quite a bit. Now over here is the office of the officer that has is the captain's post there. What you actually have to do is you have to go to the door to the legal district there before it gives you the prompt to go find the key for that door, and then it gives you the prompt to come up here and to the captain's outpost where there's a hat. So then that gives you the clue to say, okay, go find the missing key in the Hatter's territory. And this is where it actually is up here. But the game is not going to tell you that until you actually go back into the Hatter turf and discover that it's not there. I think you pick up a letter or something else over there. So I basically broke the game by being too clever. I tried to sequence break this and failed because the game will not allow me to get the key without first discovering where to find it. So I have a bit of a complaint with that. I feel like that's kind of poorly designed. If I knew the key was there, I should have just been able to pick it up. It would have been good for speedrunners, but fortunately, you have to actually go trigger the key to spawn by going over here and doing everything in a particular sequence. I don't even care right now. I'm just going to fight these guys. So there is a block and parry mechanic as well, but all the different types of AI have a gun mechanic, or they have some other kind of range attack that they'll try to use at certain times. I'm going to use bend time here and just cut my way through these guys. Actually, I could just use a grenade. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's how you can use some of your powers in combination like that, and it's really, really effective. Bend time, if I didn't say so before, is a very effective power because you can slow down an encounter and basically make it to where they can't even fight you. But the next DLC, the Brigmore Witches, will have a lot more use for it, but it won't be quite as overpowered. Alright, so now I have to go back up here in this corner and get the key now that the game had told us we can do so. That's the only time in this whole game where I feel like the objective is not, you know, you can't, there's no alternate way of doing it. You have to do it exactly as the game intends you to. And that's, again, just, I feel like one thing was kind of poorly designed. Almost every other objective in the game, you know, there's another option, like you can fail it or something. You know, you don't necessarily have to do it exactly as the game intends for you to do. I'm about to fall and die here if I don't redirect this. Yeah, I don't care anything about setting off alarms or anything like that, so I'm going to just go past these guys even if they're alerted to me. Alright, to the legal district we go.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
Now, Barrister Timsh has been a very amusing character to watch for quite some time now. So Dowd and his assassins have put up an outpost around the perimeter of his mansion and the local buildings to get ready for an assault on the Barrister's mansion a long time ago. So we've been watching him for quite some time. So we have an outpost up there with a map we'll be going to soon. And this gentleman over here in this building is going to offer us an alternative way of dealing with him if you're going for non-lethal.
Unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance.
Alright, now he has given us a perfect non-lethal alternative to dealing with Barrister Timsh. It's still going to be pretty challenging. I actually am going to kill him, believe it or not, but I have a very particular method in mind, one that's going to include the use of this non-lethal method. So I will be able to show it off on screen at least and describe how it's done, but you'll be surprised, guys. It's quite interesting how I plan to do it. It's going to be very chaotic and violent. So there's a rune hidden behind this painting here. I'm going to go ahead and get another upgrade if I can. I have 3 runes. Maybe I want to wait to get the Arcane Bond increased. Over here is a key. We need that to get into apartment 10. There's an eviction notice here, and there's also you got to read that journal as well to get an idea of what his plan is. Otherwise, you'll have to backtrack up here later. I think I ended up doing that one of my test runs. I accidentally we just walked past that journal and didn't read it, so I had to come back here to actually trigger this sequence to get the next objective. Otherwise, it won't happen. It's really quite dumb. So the barrister's mansion is right next to us. We want to be careful because he's got a lot of guards patrolling out there. Oh, jeez. What happened in here? Apparently some crazy cultists live in here and they have a bunch of people wrapped up in body bags. Speaking of cultists, I see something behind this cabinet here. Aha! It's an outsider shrine. I'll take that.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemies' weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you, and me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You left a mess on the killing floor, Dowd. I guess you know by now these things have a way of catching up with you. But maybe you're past caring. You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening.